Welcome, dear students of Standard 3. This is the second part of chapter number 4 of your English Rose. The first part was your model reading of chapter number 4, that is, My Father Meets a Lion. Now, in this part, that is the second part of this video, will be the explanation of the chapter. Now, I'll just discuss this chapter in short with you. Now, here is a boy. This boy is Elmer. And the story is written by his daughter. And his daughter is telling how when her father was small and when he went to wild islands to save a baby dragon, there is a passage from the story, from the novel, and how he met those talking animals. Her father used to talk with animals. So it's a small passage and a fun story to do with. So here is the story, the explanation of the story. Now this Elmer was going through the forest, okay, and on the way he heard something, a roaring of a lion, ding blasted, and he can hear some sounds coming out of it. I told you not to go blackberrying. Blackberrying means in the meaning it's given plucking blackberries from bushes, that is removing the blackberries from the bushes. Won't you ever learn? Like even your mother scolds you now. Don't you learn from these mistakes of yours? What will your mother say? Now he's wondering, Elmer is wondering, who's talking all these things? My father crept along. Crept means keep walking. And peered into a small clearing just ahead. Clearing, there's a way. There is like a way in which there is no tree or no bushes. A clear, saaf rasta. A lion was prancing, like, moving as if the lion is dancing. About clawing at his mane. Mane are the hairs around his neck, which was all snarled and full of blackberry twigs. Snarl means twisted together untidily. If you don't comb your hair, how it looks very untidy, messy, all tangles in between. And twigs, as now this lion was dealing and removing those blackberries from the bushes, automatically what happened? Some thin branches went into his mane. The more he clawed, the worse it became. Now, clawed means as soon as his claws was moving around its mane, it became worse and madder he grew. Some things you don't achieve, now you become mad because you're not going through it. And more he yelled at himself. He was shouting at himself, why am I not making this clear and tidy? My father could see that the trail went through the clearing, so he decided to crawl around the edge in the underbrush. Now trail, you can see if you follow some path in a jungle, like this is the path, and some footprints are there. And Elmer understood that there's a footprint which is similar to a lion. So he just went on, followed those trails. So he decided to crawl. Now obviously if you know those footprints are of a lion, he said to himself that it's better that I should go crawling. Crawling means to put your hands and knees on ground, and then you can, the babies they crawl like that. Now Elmer was crawling around the edge in the underbrush that not disturb the lion. Slowly, like you can see the position, the hands and the knees are on the ground. He was crawling slowly and around the edge. Suppose if this is the path, here are the bushes. So under the cover of the bushes so that the lion could not see him. In that way, he was crawling. He crawled and crawled, and the yelling grew louder because he was almost near to the lion. So obviously he can hear the roaring of the lion more clearly. Just as he was about to reach the trail, that is the end of the footprints, on the other side, the yelling suddenly stopped. Suddenly what stopped? The yelling, the roaring of a lion. My father looked around and saw the lion glaring at him. Something if you see when you are in anger, staring in anger. The lion charged. Charged means pounced suddenly to stop. He was dancing, prancing, and suddenly even the lion noticed something is there. So he just went like jhapta marna. The lion charged and skidded to a stop a few inches away. Few inches, a man is there just a few inches away, not exactly hurting Elmer. Now, who are you? The lion yelled at my father. The lion is talking to Elmer. Who are you? Elmer is saying, my name is Elmer. Where do you think you are going? The lion is asking. I'm going home, said Elmer. That's what you think. Ha ha, the lion says. As if, the lion saying that is what you are thinking, Elmer, that you are going home. But actually, you saved yourself for afternoon tea, because that's what lion is informing Elmer, that today you will be my snack. I'm going to eat you. Just I happen to be upset enough and hungry enough to eat you right now, because I'm very upset. So I'm ready to eat you right now. And he picked up my father in his front paw to feel how fat he was. He wanted to see how chubby, how fat the thing is which the lion is about to eat. My father said, oh please lion, before you eat me, tell me the problem. What you're the reason why you are upset. Elmer wanted to know. It's my mane. Mane means, again, the lion is upset for this untidy mane, said the lion, and he was figuring how many bites a little boy would make. Bites like what will be the reaction of the boy. You see, what a dreadful mess. That is very bad. Of course, we can see how dreadful. Very bad. I don't seem to be able to do anything about it. And my mother is coming over on the dragon this afternoon. Whose mother? The lion's mother. And if she sees me this way, I'm afraid she'll stop my allowance. Allowance means the pocket money the lion used to get. Even maybe the lion is a small cup, you can say. So even the lion is afraid of its mother, the way you are afraid of your mother if you don't do things according to her. She can't stand messy manes. That means her mother is very freak, neat. She wants everything to be neat and in order. So the lion is little upset. Maybe that lion going to disturb the mother. But I'm going to eat you now, so it won't make any difference to you. So what the lion is saying to Elmer, but in any case, leave it. I'm going to eat you now. So it doesn't matter even if my mane is messy. Oh, wait a minute, said my father. That is, Elmer said, wait a minute. And I'll give you just the things you need to make your mane all tidy and beautiful. Now, in his backpack, if you remember, he had lollipops, hair ribbons, rubber bands, a toothbrush, and some chewing gums. So here are the things that can help the lion. So that's what he said. Oh, wait a minute. I'll give you just the things you need to make your mane all tidy. Now, these manes can be tidy and beautiful with the help of ribbons and rubber bands. I have them here in my backpack. You do? Oh, really? Said the lion. Well, give them to me and perhaps I'll save you for afternoon tea after all. That means if you give me something which will tidy my mane, I'll forgive you and leave you for the afternoon tea. My father opened the pack quickly and took out the comb and the brush and the 7 hair ribbons of different colors. Now what he did, he took out the different colors of ribbons, a comb and a brush. Now look, he said. Who said? The Elmer. I'll show you what to do on your forelocks. Now the hair on the head, these head, where you can watch me. First, you brush a while, and then you comb, and then you brush again until all the twigs and snarls are gone. Okay, now Elmer tried to show him how the lion need to brush first its mane, then comb, and then neatly you can remove all the twigs and snarls which is there in the mane. Then you divide it up in 3 and braid it like this. I'll tie a ribbon around the end. This was the way Elmer showed to the lion that how he need to do the thing with the mane. Now, as my father was doing this, the lion watched very carefully. Elmer was doing it on himself, and the lion was learning, and he watched it very carefully and began to look much happier. He was looking happy. Who? The lion. When my father tied the ribbon, he was all smiles. All smiles. He was happy. Oh wow, this is the way I'm going to look. Oh, that's wonderful. Really wonderful, said the lion. Now let me have the comb and brush and see if I can do it. Now he wanted to give a try. He wanted to try whether I can do it. So my father gave him the comb and the brush, and the lion began busily grooming his mane. Now he was brushing and cleaning all its mane. And in that time, what Elmer did, he just found the opportunity and flew off. As a matter of fact, he was so busy, the lion was so busy that he didn't even know when Elmer left. So this is a story, students. I hope the explanation is very much clear. Kindly go through the model reading again and the explanation. Thank you.